There you go.
Alright, let's have a quick look. There we go, and I'm running with Vandango somewhere van die begin af.
Oh yeah? Where are they spawning from?
So the MS guys are spawning from F side. The monkeys. They are spawning from F. There we go. And they very quickly, the 4Q guys are moving on D.
Yeah,
Is it is this a 12v12 or a 16v16?
No, this is 12v12.
12v12, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, we see we've got Bran here, the local guys here from 4Q, mate, Alpha Whiskey, Bester, Francois, Koshan, Springbok, Bigfoot, Tricky, Vic Jardam, and what's it, Duncano? That sounds like Duncan or something. Duncano, 1236. Who did I leave out here?
So,
Yeah.
Barnard Driftiki, something like that.
so
Yeah, a lot of guys from C moving up to D, yeah.
yeah, I see that they
And
are
a
starting
tank
to...
also moving in. Killer Burns taking some guys out there in the fall.
I see that they are starting to cap on C here as well.
A lot of action here on Delta side, inside this blimp.
Yeah.
4Q mate pushing hard on that side with the monkeys coming on the left-hand side. Mullies, Fandango, Mr. Mad Dog, Zanny and Rayman on the attacking side, yeah, on the Delta.
And we've got Zanteloop, who's on an anti-air gun here. Obviously, he is specifically there to protect that point against any possible planes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think anybody want to call this match or this game between these two teams?
Yes, sir. It's a tough one. I think the way 4Q mate came out, if they keep with that kind of pace, you know, it might, even though they're the underdogs, I reckon, it might go their way.
Yeah, well, I think we've seen a lot of these games, you know, in the beginning where some of the teams push in hard the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then at the end of the day, you know, they didn't manage to get the whole game. But let's see what happens. I see they've got the Delta back again. Charlie is also uncontested together with Bravo. Some of the guys here from MSMK moving on the left-hand side. Here on Charlie, we've got Killer Burns on his tank, and his tank's burning. But we've got Sefastra with his fire extinguisher sorting Killer Burns out there. Rayman and Mullish taking defense position here on Charlie.
Yeah. So at the moment, it's Alpha being Alpha obviously not held by anyone because it's a home flag, but you've got Bravo and Delta being held by the 4Q guys, and you've got Charlie and Echo being held by the monkeys. And the ticket count is like super close, right? 64 and 67 at the moment.
Yeah. Correct, yeah. I think something happening here at Bravo. Who's the sneaking the guy in the corner? Vandango. In this barn, yeah. He's the only guy here. There's none of the 4Q mate guys to try and defend this flag.
But a lot of action inside this blimp.
See, Francois from 4Q just spawned on Bravo.
Okay, I'm gonna head over there to Bravo. Is it being contested there, Scully?
Yeah, it's only Vandango. He's the only guy here hiding behind the barn or inside the barn behind the tracker.
And there's two guys on him, right?
With a pitchfork in his hand, so I'm sure he's gonna poke someone's eye out as soon as they try and get into this barn.
Yeah, there is a couple of 4Q guys there, so
there's
sure
3 now.
for him. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He can only hide in one more place. But he's on top, huh?
Yeah, I see that.
There he jumps off.
So we've got Brandneef here inside the barn. I don't know if he's going to try and go out and find.
They're trying to fumigate Vandango out here.
Oh, but there's a lot of MS Monkey guys that have come on board suddenly, and they just cleared out the 4Q guys that were there.
Yeah, they've got a long way to go now to get back, and I mean they're taking Charlie now as well.
Yeah,
So,
that was a good defense there.
Yeah, the Vendengo's gone.
So I think Brad's is sticking around here on Echo to make sure they kept that flag, and then Rayman is now heading back towards Charlie, but it's a long way to go with 4Q holding Bravo and Delta at the moment. Sorry, 4Q and Charlie, sorry.
Yeah, there was a good disruptive move there, because there was like 4 or 5 guys from 4Q that had to come back all the way back from that blimp to Bravo to try and take it back.
Yeah, that was a good move.
So there we go, guys. If you are joining us tonight, thank you very much for joining. Obviously, there was a bit of a, and I don't always know. I mean, I test these things during the week, and for some other odd reason, we had a bit of a Discord crash, so we had to stop the stream and restart it. Hopefully, it shows on the same link. I think it does, gentlemen. I think we checked that. But we are back in the game. We managed to get the game from the start, so you didn't miss anything. At the moment, the Monkeys are leading with 128 tickets, so not a big lead, only 8 tickets, with 2 flags being held by 4Q and 2 being held by Monkeys, 1 being contested. And it is a really close game, actually. So let's have a quick look here. I'm with Bester at the moment, and he's playing with that SMLE, just got taken out. Let's have a look at the flying of Turbonautics here.
Yes, there's a lot of fumigation happening inside of Delta here with all these flames happening.
Yep.
The burns burning, and a lot of smoke as well. I see that's obviously the grenades of choice.
Ooh, and Turbonautics just did an interesting thing here. He was in his plane, and he jumped out to come and cap B. So that I think was a smart move by
Clever
him.
move there.
Vandango then spawned on him, so there are 2 there now.
Yeah, that's a bit better than 1. So they're taking out this one. That's a good strategy there. A lot of contesting happening on the Delta flag with MSMK. It's got about 3 guys here, and Francois in his tank here for 4Q mate on the left-hand side of D. I don't see that they're making a push onto D. I think they're just trying to keep the guys at bay coming from the E flag.
Yes.
Yeah, some action here also down at B. So 4Q trying to take it back, and Vandango again sneaky inside there, hiding in the same corner.
Yeah, we've got a 4Q tank though, yeah, at the B flag. We've got Springbok in that tank, and I think he might have seen Vandango there. But Vandango very light on his feet at the moment. Just
around the building, around the building. Rosie, the monkey goes.
Oh, and well done. I think we can have that on a bit of a replay.
Just be careful of that little tank that's there, Springbok 3000.
Yeah, I mean Vandango playing very well, still staying alive, and some action there on the little tank from somewhere. I couldn't see who was shooting at him with a rocket gun.
Yeah, they're just obviously that flag is a bit dormant at the moment because it's not moving either way.
Correct.
For these 2 players, as he's going to have to watch his ass here. The tank is coming on the back side.
I want to move.
What is he going to do? Gooi a limpet? Is it dynamite?
Oh, it was dynamite.
He's running away.
And I think it's time for him to maybe. Oh, he's gonna stay to try and cap the flag. Now I want to move away from this, but I want to see who wins.
No, me too. Yeah, because I don't know. Springbok had him in his sights, but he missed him. I don't know how he did that.
He did well escaping the dynamite, though.
I don't know why he doesn't just bomb the building.
Yeah, bomb it or drive through it.
Oh, and I think Springbok is gonna get whacked.
Oh,
yeah.
He's gonna what? The
he does get Vandango in the end, but he also dies at the same time. But I see that we have Ricky here from 4Q, who will make sure that flag gets.
He saved the day.
Gets kept. So 4Q holding Bravo, Charlie and Delta, and then the Monkeys holding Echo. They did manage to open up a little bit of a lead, the Monkeys, 213 tickets versus the 197. And I think they will start pushing from E now onto the D flag. So let's run with some of them there.
Yeah, they are, and there's a lot of guys here D from 4Q as well, so it's not going to be that easy.
No.
But they also have a little truck in here, so that will do some damage.
Turbonautics just jumped in from the left-hand side here onto Bravo again, together with Vandango. Two of the guys here from 4Q mate, one left. Springbok 3000. Someone is bombing the hell out of this place. I think it's the planes.
Yeah.
Turbonautics still on the inside of that building. Toe to toe with Springbok. What's happening? Springbok is out. Turbonautics managed to start to taking the Bravo flag. Yeah, I think he's going to be joined by Vandango soon as he spawns. Francois is back.
A lot of action here on the D flag as well. You've got the whole monkey team here. Well, pretty much the whole monkey team. They will. There's some 4Q guys though. They're coming from the top, but I think the monkeys know that they're there. So let's just see.
But this one is going to hurt. I mean, only one guy left here on C. Who's that? Judge Dredd. But he's outnumbered. So.
Oh, and look at this. 4Q managed to fight the monkeys off the D flag. Now, granted, the monkeys did cap it, but there's a couple of 4Q guys here that are recapping or retaking that Delta flag. On the C flag, however, there's the monkeys have taken that back, so it's a bit of flag swapping going on at the moment.
Yeah. I think they left too early there. If they just stayed a bit longer, I mean, they would have had D and C.
It's 3-on-2 at the moment, though. Now 2-on-2. Ooh, 3-on-1 now.
Braniev doing well there.
Absolutely. Oh, he did very well, though. He did very well. Let's just
got his mates in there.
That was Zanny, right? Zanny fought to the end there.
See, Vandango is back on Bravo.
I don't know. Is he playing the C?
Yeah, that's his flag for the night. I see Francois coming in on the left-hand side here. Let's see if he finds him in this building.
Oh, in the house. Oh, and Vandango takes him out.
Takes him out, but there's I see Springbok 3000 and Duncan,
man. Duncano, but just call him Duncan.
Oh, outnumbered Vandango here on the B flag, 3-1 at the moment.
Yes, but there's a couple of nice planes here in the air trying to take each other out.
But this guy is so quick on his feet, eh? But he does get taken out at the end.
Yeah, you must try and get into those planes, Yaku. I mean, there's a good dogfight going on there, but it seems like there we go.
So MSMK is pushing down on the Charlie flag, yeah.
So I'm with a bomb.
And they're in the lead, 300 points versus 272 for 4Q.
Oh, and we do have a dogfight here going on. I'm riding with AJ, and he's just downed. Well, I don't think he downed the bomber. I think the bomber was actually.
Vandango's back on Bravo. Yeah, was Springbok.
And he jumped out of the plane there.
Yeah, that's the way to go. You see what I like his strategy there, because I mean, obviously, as long as they irritate on the Bravo flag, the guys are distracted to go that side and try and keep that flag of theirs. And while that's happening, obviously they're splitting the troops, and there's not enough players on the Delta and Charlie flag to defend, which is where we are at the moment.
I'm actually getting, while I'm in this plane, I'm in director view, and I'm actually getting a very good view of the battlefield, because the plane is obviously crossing over C and D the whole time, and then obviously heading back to the E flag as well.
Yeah, we've also got a request here on the stream, Yaku, if you do get a chance from Lloyd, to first person Mr. Mad.
Mr. Mad Dog?
Mr. Mad Dog. Yeah. So we've got a fan there.
Let's see where Mr. Mad Dog is. I found him here. So running with Mr. Mad Dog. He's running with the Hell Regal and the M911, Old Faithful.
Yeah, but it's always interesting to see how much damage planes can actually do. So if you've got good guys on planes, I mean, yes, they can really hurt the team.
Mad Dog doing really well there, taking out Bones. Bones Malone. Bones, of course, now playing for 4Q. Bones used to be MDK, and now playing
You
for.
sure? Is he not playing for the Monkeys? Bones went to the Monkeys.
Yeah, he went to the Monkeys.
Did Bones go to the Monkeys? Because I'm sure I saw him come up on the 4K side now.
No.
Well, that was my.
Ja, bro, wat 'n stream kyk jy?
Bro, ek kyk dalk heeltemal 'n ander stream.
Kyk jy.
CTK is besig om te wen.
Stream hierso.
CTK is besig om te wen hierso, bro. Ay, toch. So, so the Monkeys doing really well at the moment. I mean, they've opened up about a 40, almost 50 ticket lead. They are holding the Charlie Delta, and well, for the moment it was the Echo flag, but I see that 4Q is indeed taking that back, and I'm now with Mullies.
Bones is actually in this little artillery truck.
Yeah, he's doing well in that truck.
Moving over there to try and obviously take hold of E, but the guys nailed him there with a rocket gun, so his vehicle is about on 50% health.
And what's happening at C here? I see that there is a 4Q guy protecting it. Who's this? Barnard.
Yeah, but he's outnumbered, eh? Jesus, he goes.
The Monkeys are taking back Echo, and there's none of the 4Q guys in this area.
And I see Mr.
Let's just move over to this to the blimp.
Yeah, I'm at the blimp. Yeah, I'm on the C flag, being protected by Mr. Mad Dog. Yeah, there are some 4Q guys, Alpha Whiskey, coming in, taking out Mr. Mad Dog there, together with Ricky. So I think they will contest the C flag now. But there is Sefastra is down here at the bottom, but he's outnumbered and does get taken out by Alpha Whiskey, I think.
Yeah.
Took out Sefastra there. But there is Monkeys coming back in. It's now it's Alpha Whiskey outnumbered. Oh, not outnumbered.
Pushing on the north side, pushing on the north side of Delta there.
Ooh, it's
Ricky
and
Miley putting up a good fight on the defense here to try and keep Delta. Brad's taking out a few guys there. Still got who's this? Barnard and Duncan, Bigfoot still left, staying alive.
Oof, and Ricky doing very well, but I think he was outnumbered here on the C flag. So Monkeys did take the C flag, and I'm sure the guys from 4Q will now start attacking the C flag from Delta's side.
I see Turbo not.
Yeah, they're struggling with the tank, eh? There goes the tank.
Yeah, it's been taken out. Oh, and that was just...
Judge Dredd is looking for this, the MSMK guy who's sitting somewhere. He doesn't really know where to go. He inspected the barn, didn't find anybody there. He's moving into this little house on the left-hand side of the flag. No one there. Springbok moving, and he's actually... Turbonautics is in the house that's been blown up there.
Sorry,
sitting in the corner.
Scully, on which flag are you now? On E?
Bravo.
B, Bravo.
Bravo. Let me head over to Bravo, yeah?
Oh, Francois just arrived here with a tank, putting in some fire there on that broken building. I don't know if Turbo is going to survive all of that.
They're looking for Turbo. Judge Dredd.
He's sneaky, bro. He's sitting in.
Yeah.
He's sitting inside the fireplace there.
Yeah. And
he's going to have to try and get out because they know that he's in there. Yeah, Springbok coming around the corner. A lot of flames. Jumping on the wall, over the wall.
Oof. But that plane is doing some good work on that tank as well.
Good defense there from Turbo on that flag.
Yeah. Springbok, I think Springbok got him in the end, or did the tank get him?
No, Springbok got him.
Okay. So
he jumped over the wall there, yeah. So but some good action also here in the blimp. Yep. So D going down slowly.
And C as well.
The Monkeys.
I see the 4Q guys, Alpha Whiskey Dunks, and is it Vic Jordan? Yeah, Vic Jordan.
Ricky is sneaking behind Bones Malone's in this little truck. What is he going to do? Is it a limpet? Chasing him down now. I don't think Bones realizes that he's there. Yeah, there's a limpet. There goes a limpet. One shot.
Yeah, we might see some tank on tank action here. So Francois on the one side of the blimp and Burns on the other side.
Correct. So I'm with Burns here, and we'll see if he and Francois gets to meet. It's date night after all.
Yeah, but you don't see the tanks running into these actions. You know, they looks like they've got a strategy to sit far away and just bombard a flag.
But there is some
Yeah.
tank action going on. There's
Yeah.
Francois getting a couple of good hits on Burns, and I think, but Burns he's got his repair guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing well keeping him alive, but he is on flames.
Yeah.
So a couple of rocket shots with.
It'll be a close game, yeah.
That tank is well positioned at the top though. Francois' tank,
Yeah.
but I think he's also
there
got
was
some.
Oh, he's out
Yes, there he
there.
goes.
Some good assistance there from this guy on the plane. Who is this?
And I'm stuck here. My camera is stuck.
Who is this? Who is this? Turbonautics. Turbonautics could be putting some good work onto that tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monkey's running for B as well. Who's this? Mullies?
Oh.
And there it's finished.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, quite a nice one, eh?
That's it. And so the first map then goes to the monkeys. So very well played. I mean, it wasn't that big a gap, right? I mean, it was only about 60 tickets.
Yeah, that's not a lot. There was some good gameplay there from both teams.
Yeah, I think 4Q did very well. I mean, the monkeys is an exceptional team. So that's nothing in it. I mean,
And looking at the scoreboard there, some good kills as well.
It seems 4Q is running with 11 players.
Yes, I did see right at the end of the map here, they did notify on the group that they were pulling in a sub because they did lose one player to connection issues.
so all round gremlins tonight, huh?
I'm
Okay.
telling you, all around gremlins. And but hopefully everything remains smooth. I don't like saying that, but let's hope so.
So what is the thoughts? I mean, when did they lose that player? Do we know?
You know what? From what I understand, they lost the player sort of here at the end of the game.
Okay.
So
Yeah, how's that score from Mullies? 44-27.
yeah,
That's
very
impressive.
good.
Huh?
Very good.
And Mr. Mad Dog and Rayman also doing quite well.
And now, of course, we're heading over to the night map after this, which is going to be
Interesting.
an interesting map to watch. So I'm just waiting for the guys to confirm spawn, and then we'll let you know.
Yeah, so 4Q still short that one guy.
And I
So
think
maybe they'll just wait for the sub to come in before they start.
Yeah.
Which, be good.
I think that's actually what they will do. It looks like Vandanga has confirmed, which is good sportsmanship, right?
Yeah.
He said, look, we'll hold off and we won't spawn. See if you can get your sub in. And he is loading in now. So I think we can go back there to the live action. Guys, again, if you are joining us on the stream tonight, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much also if you have already subscribed. If you haven't, hit that little subscribe button. Also hit the little bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. It's always appreciated. Obviously, it helps us with what we're trying to do in terms of growing both the channel and what we're trying to also achieve with Clan Wars. Now, guys, while we wait, maybe it's a good time to mention to the guys on the stream watching that obviously we will this weekend we will talk a little bit about the playoffs, right, and what's happening in terms of the semis, and then of course heading towards the finals for the T5 as well. And then of course we'll also talk about the T12 and you know, what's going to happen there in terms of the award show and that sort of thing. So actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Maybe you would like to just explain, Jaco, how that's going to work with the highest score. You know, we're going to end up with the 3 teams and the highest score kind of thing.
Correct. So obviously, I mean, in T5 we have 6 pools at the moment, and the top, you know, from the 6 teams, there's a winner in each pool, and those winners will go into the cup playoff. The second place in each pool will actually go to a plate playoff. Now that still leaves you with 6 teams to play, and out of each of those 6 teams there will be a winner, which means that you will have 3 winners in the semis. So the way that we will get into the finals then is that the 2 top scoring teams in the semi game will go to the final, and that will of course be based on ticket difference, what we did in the previous season, earlier in the season as well. So we will play it on ticket difference, and then the 2 top teams will go into the finals. But what we'll do is we will talk about it on Saturday again. So the guys who miss how it will work tonight, then please catch up with us on Saturday, and we'll talk through that again as well.
Yeah. So what did you think about the Battlefield 5 trailer that was released today?
I almost pre-ordered again.
Well put.
Yeah. I think the gameplay of what I saw there is actually brilliant. I mean, I like the battle royale thing that they're going to bring in there. I think from a clan wars perspective, it's going to make things a lot interesting. Obviously, something extra that we can offer within the clan wars environment. But still has to be obviously investigated as and when the game is only released.
Yep.
But I think the guys are going to enjoy that one. Bit more fast-paced, I think, and obviously we're going to have the same graphic quality that we had in Battlefield 1. And I'm sure that a bit more modern weapons will also improve the gameplay and the experience overall on Battlefield 5 versus Battlefield 1.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just a reminder there that we're going to give away 2 copies of Battlefield 5 to the one person within the winning team for T5 and one person within the winning team for the Premier League 12v12.
Correct.
At the end of the season. So looking forward to that. I hope you guys haven't pre-ordered yet, whoever's going to receive it. Otherwise, you're going to have to gift it to one of your clan mates.
Gift it. I like it. That's a nice word. You're going to have to gift it. So there we go. So let's see.
The love.
So I'm just pulling up the scoreboard here. I just want to have a quick look. It seems that everybody is in 12 on the side.
Yeah.
And
They just spawned.
we're running.
Yeah, they just spawned.
So, and how's this? I spawned on Vandango again. First off. That was unintentional.
But again,
so let's
4Q,
see. 4Q is already on Echo. I can see a lot of the guys, they're moving on. You know, they're spreading out, only leaving a few guys there on Echo. But they're not supposed to take Echo, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're just running past it.
Okay, so 4Q I can see is making their way to the middle flag, splitting up into 2 groups, moving to Charlie and Bravo.
Yeah.
And then Vandango and his team is doing the same kind of thing, also moving for Charlie and Delta.
And a hell of a gunfight here at sea at the moment.
Massive.
Because there's literally the 2 teams just running into each other. It looked like one of those old Roman fights.
Clash of Clans.
But the monkey's doing well. I mean, just steamrolling over sea, yeah?
Yeah, we've got we had 4Q there still alive. They did take C now, so the monkey's holding Charlie and Delta at the moment. And then 4Q over here at the Bravo flag still. Bravo is a little bit far out. And I think a lot of the action is going to happen around C.
I can see that they've got a little vehicle. I can't see what the vehicle is because I'm still in the top view. 3 guys here on the Delta or in the vicinity of Delta, protecting Delta, and I see that for the 4Q, my guys are flanking on the left-hand side of B. You know, coming on. Some of the guys are splitting up to Charlie, and some of them are going. Taking the long route seems to go to Delta, but they've got a little tank or a little armored vehicle on that side, together with 3 infantry players guarding Delta.
Yep.
So let's see what's going to happen here, Delta.
So Slash, I don't know if you checking the stream there. Any interesting comments, any requests from the stream side? Has anybody picked up that we've implemented something new again tonight, which is probably what broke the stream, to be honest?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet on this front. So yeah, nothing major lost or happening.
Right, so guys, if you are joining us on the stream tonight, again, thank you very much. You would have seen, if you've been watching with us, that we have implemented something new on the stream called the instant replay. We've used it once or twice tonight already, so if you do like that, let us know, you know, what do you think about it, if it's something that's cool or not. We always like the feedback.
Yeah, so there's a good contestant happening here on the Delta flag. The 4Q mate guys are all here, and it's only Turbonautics in his tank from MSMK trying to defend it. He's being overwhelmed with the 4Q mates with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in this area. But obviously the monkeys still have 2 flags that they've got in their position. And I don't know what's happening at A, because A goes up and it goes down. I think it's just someone running past there. Yeah.
There we go. 4Q has just kept the D flag. We do have, looks like AJ coming back in here. I think he's going to take the long route around and try and sneak. But there's a lot of monkey guys actually heading over here to the B flag.
Yeah. But 4Q also in going into B there, and Franco with his tank as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and take Delta, but then in the same time, you're going to have some of the 4Q guys moving on to Charlie. I only got one guy from MSMK, just joined there by Brad, so they're 2 here, going toe-to-toe there with Big Put, running around the tank. Big Pot just got taken out there. Mr. Mad Dog is back from MSMK, defending the square.
Yeah.
Or the Charlie flag.
And Turbonautics is here on his tank defending Delta. So trying to keep off the 4Q guys from coming into the Delta area. And I see that Dragon Wolf just subscribed to our channel. Welcome, Dragon. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you for subscribing, Dragon Wolf.
I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Bring a friend. Let him subscribe.
So let's have a quick look over here. We have the monkeys. We have the 4Q guys, but you see they've got this tank here, and Turbonautics, you know, he keeps laying down the fire, so it makes it very difficult for the 4Q guys to actually even get close, because we've got both Brad and who's this? Savastra as well in the trenches.
So, yeah.
So unless the whole 4Q team
we've got
comes
a cap
here,
here, eh?
we do. We have a 3 cap at the moment.
But 3 cap, yeah. It's not going to run as fast as in Domination because of the 5 flag setup that we have. But still, you know, the tickets do run a little bit faster when you have, obviously, the majority of the flags capped.
Absolutely.
But now,
it seems
now
like the monkey guys are getting greedy. They're trying to push the 4Q mate guys back to their spawn.
Yeah, which is possible, because I mean, when you spawn and you've got to spawn all the way back behind E because you don't even have that captured, I mean, it's a long way to run.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's still such a big map, you know, only 12 players. It's a difficult one to do.
Correct.
And I see B is being contested at the moment, so I think there was 4Q guys who snuck around. Yeah, there we go. They're all here.
Yeah, I think the whole team is here.
Yeah, but they have to do something like that. I mean, you know, just to get a spawn beacon again.
Yeah, you push in, break it down, take it over, and then spread out from there.
Yeah, but Vandango again hiding here in one of the buildings. doing well, taking out some of the 4Q guys here at B. So I don't know. He's got his sneaky game on tonight or something.
Yeah, he's a cautious player, I'd say. But yeah, obviously taking advantage of the buildings and his surroundings to protect himself and stay alive as long as possible, and then obviously being used as a spawn beacon as well. So you don't have to be the guy on the front lines taking the hits all the time.
Oh.
If you want to make your team win.
And they're like, I got that teabag, and that's going to be a replay.
Who was that?
There we go. That was Springbok, who's almost synonymous with with teabagging, right? So we got that nice in a slow-mo Springbok for you. So if you watch the stream back tomorrow or tonight or whenever, you will get your slow-mo teabag.
Slow-mo nut crunching episode or cutscene.
Yes, so there is an epic battle here at the moment at the B flag.
It seems like B is the spotter instead of normally C. C is normally the one that's being contested.
Yeah, it's funny that the two outside flags are the ones that's being contested the most.
So the Monkeys holding Charlie and Delta at the moment. They've managed to open up actually a significant lead of about 100 points at the moment over 4Q. 4Q holding the Bravo flag only, but doing a very good job at defending that flag at the moment. But they are on 101 tickets at the moment. So quite a big gap on this map by the Monkeys.
Yeah, interesting to see no sneaky moves from 4Q. I mean, like the D flag is not contested. C, there's a couple of guys. Oh, there's a couple of guys sitting here parking off here and there. Who's the guys parking off here and there doing that? There's even a flag, Turbonautics. He's sitting here waiting. I mean, they must be going out of their heads. Huh? Thompson doing some teabagging there on the screen there by D. I don't know. He's already celebrating.
And a good handgun kill there by Mullies. And very good handgun kill there. He's got a very nice skin on his M911, by the way. He's got that legendary, that gold skin on.
Oh, that's cool. Have any of you guys managed to unlock that pistol or what, revolver?
No, not yet.
Revolver thing?
No. I want to.
No.
We should get a server going.
We should actually get onto a server.
Yeah, and unlock your pistols on the server. Oh, there we go. The Monkeys push the ticket count up now to 2. It's going to go to 240 now. Still holding that Charlie and Delta flag. 4Q doing a really good job at holding the Bravo flag, but I think if they don't pull a sneaky and try and go with another flag, they're going to start falling far behind.
Yeah, I don't know why
something going.
Nobody's flanking to try and get around the corners here. Okay, I see Alpha Whiskey.
Alpha Whiskey is going, so...
But he's the only guy here.
Yeah, it's tough. There's some mate spawns on him. So who else is here?
Is this now heading towards the Charlie flag? Or Bravo?
No, this is Delta. So they pulled a sneaky to Delta, but yeah, too many,
Oh, there we go. I
just
caught the last minute. But this was Sefastra and who's that? Thompson, AJ.
Yeah.
Who was protecting that D flag there. I think those guys are like, please let them through a little bit so that we can do something.
So Faster will have to stop teabagging and shoot some more. There we go, they killed him.
While he was teabagging?
While he was, just before he stopped. Yeah, he was celebrating too hard, and they're going to definitely take Delta. The 4Q guys, so that's good.
And I see they've also made a sneaky move onto Charlie here. It might be Big Boot might be outnumbered, but a lot of the 4Q guys spawning on him, so the numbers are coming in. And let's see if they can manage to fight back here on Charlie. Oof.
Yeah, and Sefastra trying to take back Delta. So he must be feeling a bit shit after that teabagging and then being killed. But he's doing well, staying alive. But there's so many guys now on Delta. It's going to be tough.
And there's a lot of Monkeys coming from Seaside onto Delta as well. Now I must tell you, I mean, obviously we know the Monkeys are an exceptionally good team, but the 4Q guys, they're fighting to keep the flags that they have, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, no, they do.
But I think here might be a problem. It's only Bester and Turbonautics. Oh, and Turbonautics gets taken
nice.
out there by a landmine of all things. Let's look at that. Whose landmine was it? It was Vic Jordan. Vic Jordan, is it that? Who took out Turbonautics? Yes.
Vic Jordan, yeah.
So Turbonautics gets taken out there by a landmine, and I was actually going to say I don't think that that the guy will stand a chance with the tank coming in, but he tripped that mine.
Yeah, who would have thought there's a mine there? I mean, who plays with a mine in this? I mean,
Well, true.
but I suppose not a bad move to do that.
So the Monkeys back here on Delta now, fighting back for that. But in the meantime, there was some contesting going on the C flag, but I see that's going down to the Monkeys as well. We'll head over there now. There is some action over here because there's a lot of 4Q guys coming into the Delta flag. They are getting picked off at the moment though. Safastra has a very good spot there in the Delta area, in that trench there, but I think he's going to be highly outnumbered if he doesn't get support. A couple of Monkeys spawning on him. Big firefight across the trenches here.
Yeah, but it's a bit tough when you only have one and then all of a sudden you've got to spawn in on a mate and there's just bullet flying. So the Monkey's still standing up. With all these 4Q mate guys, they're all gone.
Yeah, there's like 8 of them here on Delta. Okay, see, some of them are splitting up here. Francois taking the left-hand route. I think he's going to go see if he can manage to get to Bravo, and the rest of them are pushing through the center. Onto Charlie there. Just before Charlie, there's a bit of a contesting happening there with MSMK defending those two pathways onto Charlie.
And Bester doing some really good work with his syringe here. I've been watching him in first person for a little bit. And definitely a medic you want in your team. This guy's...
Yeah, it's always good to have a good medic on your side there.
Well, he's permanently running with his syringe out. So...
he doesn't even touch his gun.
No, his gun's in his back pocket.
He's fully loaded with syringes.
Yeah. So Monkey's back here on the Delta flag. We've got Judge Dredd manning a good defensive position, but we've got Turbonautics' tank back here on Delta. So he will... and there's going to be and that was indeed, I think that was a
That
nice
was in
kill.
the back, eh?
Yeah.
That was in the back, yeah. Zenny getting him.
So the
But Charlie going down. So a bit of action here eventually on Charlie.
Heading over to Charlie now.
Yeah, Charlie's actually been very slow tonight on this match.
Yeah, considering that it's actually normally the busy one, right?
Yeah, this is the one that everybody wants.
But yeah, we're heading to the end, guys. There's not a lot of tickets left, so...
No. And I mean, at the moment, the gap has grown significantly, almost a 200 ticket gap at the moment. So the Monkey's doing really well maintaining these 3 flags. I think 4Q will start either heading into B or try and push for Delta.
I think they're moving on to Delta now.
Along the outside. Let's head over to Delta then. I see that it is being contested here already. A couple of Monkeys on here. Some 4Q guys as well. And Ricky from 4Q is actually impressing me tonight, and as I say that, he gets killed. Sorry, Ricky. But he's playing a good game though.
Yeah, he does. But also for me, Safastra, I mean, gee whiz, that oak is also, just bouncing around, missing bullets, and then coming out with some good kills.
And then of course Fast Feet Fandango.
Fast Feet Fandango.
Running around those buildings in the previous map, very impressive. But the Monkeys definitely holding D then, and I see the 4Q guys have decided to push over onto the B flag, having a lot more success on this side. They have managed to start capping that flag, but the monkeys are coming in and the numbers are there, and I think they were just outnumbered. The monkeys playing really, really well, yeah. What I like to see about the 4Q guys though is that they don't tend to look like they have lone runners, right? You always see them with a mate or a buddy, or so the team play element actually seems quite quite good within the 4Q team.
Yeah, I think they're a bit too tight. I think they can split up a little bit more, maybe 6-6 and try and take on 2 flags at the same time.
Yeah.
So what I've seen is, I think, yes, they do run close together, but I think it's too tight. They can split up a little bit more, and that might give them a little bit of an advantage, flanking and that kind of thing, because you don't see a lot of that.
Correct. They did manage to now move on the Delta flag, so they are capping the Delta flag to try and keep the ticket count down, but I think the lead that the monkeys have opened up is significant. And I don't think there will be time for the 4Q guys to come back from this one.
Yeah, that's going to be a grind for them.
So let's see, I'm here with running with Francois, and he's sporting the Hell Eagle. Oh, very good kills.
The old favorite.
Yeah, the old favorite. I heard there's a lot of people on the chat this week on Discord and on Facebook. I heard there's some guys who were asking us again, what is the story about the autoloader, why that is taken away, why we don't like it, why we are being discriminatory towards the autoloader.
If you don't know, then yeah.
If you don't know, then you don't play with the autoloader, clearly.
Yeah, there's just some guns. It's not meant for competitive play.
Oh,
there we have it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice one there to the monkeys. 500 for 238.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So I'm just going to find out here quickly if they are going to do the third map. Let's just see if they're going to do it. And of course, guys, just while we are talking about that, of course, the matches that we played, we referred to it earlier, but maybe just to mention again, the matches that will be played for the semis will, of course, be all 3 maps, because it will be the winners of highest ticket difference is the guys that will go through to the final. So obviously that means it won't be a sort of a 2-win map. All 3 maps will be played next week on all the games that are being played.
Yeah. And then it will be a combined score over all 3 maps, Jaco.
Yeah, so it will be combined score over all 3 maps, and then biggest ticket, two out of the 3 teams with the biggest ticket difference, those are the 2 teams that will go through to the final.
Correct. Yeah, so the guys are going to have to play quickly. It's going to be something different. Obviously, it's not a knockout. It's going to depend on ticket difference. And so I think you're going to see a lot of guys flanking and trying to get on those flags very quickly.
Yep.
And that's the way that you're going to win the match.
So let's wait for the guys to tell us if they are going to go into balancing. I just want to see if there are some guys that had left the server, unfortunately, already.
Yeah, I see it's all the 4Q mate guys are leaving there. Some of the monkeys are leaving. Burns, it's got something to burn somewhere or someone.
So let's just give them a couple of minutes, because I see here that they say they are trying to load back some of the guys. So we'll just give them a minute to see, because it looks like if they do come back, they will have a melee only match. Which might be
is that just for fun?
Yeah, no, it'll just be for fun. So we will stick around and we will bring you the fun match, but officially, congratulations to MSMK for winning this match tonight. 2-0. I think the first map was very close. I think on the second one, the Monkeys managed to open up a significant lead early on. So I don't think the 4Q guys were going to come back from that. But 4Q putting up a very nice fight, coming to the party, giving us a good show, and both strong teams. But the Monkeys obviously coming out on top tonight.
Yeah. Okay. I see that they're 9-9 on each team now. You say this is going to be a melee only knives.
They are calling it a no rules friendly, whatever floats your boat.
Okay. So what are we going to see? Gas and...
Well, let's see. Everybody's now
dynamite
in the ammo box, pulling out the stuff they're not allowed to normally.
Yeah, that's actually a good concept, just to unwind a bit.
Okay, they are saying they want to make it interesting, so they are going to go with pistols only.
Pistols only. This is going to be a good one. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that we've got 10 for 4Q and 9 for MSMK.
Let's see if they can get one more player, because I think they will start at 10-10.
So is this one of those South African servers that were rented?
You know what, if I open the scoreboard quickly, if I look at the pings, it doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it, eh?
It definitely looks like a EU server, and I see that they are 10-10 aside now.
I see there's only one guy, Ricky G, that's got a ping of 28. I think he's maybe working for Dyson. He's sitting on top of the server or something.
Yeah.
In Stockholm. He's in the basement at Stockholm, sitting behind those empty computer boxes.
Yeah, he's
playing with the light off.
He's that guy that when they go into the room and they see the light flicker, he's the guy that makes it flicker.
Yeah.
But didn't we put a rule in place so nobody is allowed to use those SA servers?
Yeah, but it's not SA, bro. Ek dink daai is net 'n vermomming storie. I think it's a glitch. It says SA, but it's actually because I saw when I went in there that the connection on my side showed orange, so it's not green. If it was green, then we know it was a South African server, but this is definitely an EU server. Because there's only one guy with a good ping.
And I see the Monkeys are loading back in. They are 11 now, and they're giving 4Q an opportunity to get their players back in. And they are going to start when they are equal on numbers. Pistols and melee. Alright, so it's been confirmed as pistols and melee only.
So this is going to be close. I mean, you're not going to see distant fighting on this one. What about vehicles? Not using vehicles?
It seems at the moment not using vehicles.
Yes, it's going to be a long run, eh?
Yeah, 500 tickets.
So 11 aside. Well, actually, I think what might happen is I think the teams might cap some flags and then not worry about flags and just go after the kills. That's what I think.
Okay, so they're going to play until midnight.
Right, I see. Oh, and John spawned and then John put the gun to his head. The pistol.
Yeah.
Good thing it wasn't a spoon match. That would have taken a lot longer.
Yeah, yes, he would have gouged his eyes out.
Absolutely. Right, and they are spawning in.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
So for now, I'm going to keep a bird's eye view because they obviously going to take half an hour to reach each other on this map. And I see there is some vehicles. Thank goodness. There's a plane there. Let's hope that Bester actually jumps out, right? And doesn't stay in the plane. I think he's going to jump out. Let's see. No, he's going to stay. He's going to do some bombing.
He's staying in the plane. So is he going to shoot with his pistol out of the plane?
I don't know. We're going to see what he does, yeah.
See, there's someone on the red team that's got a vehicle.
There he jumps out.
No, he did jump out. I got him. I tracked him. So he's jumped
Who's
out
that?
there. Best
I'm in first person with him. It's actually a lacquer gun that he's got there, so...
Look, from a pistol perspective, it's probably one of the better pistols, right?
Yeah.
The Frommerstop.
We have taken Objective
Yeah.
butter.
Yes, it's the Frommer stop.
I don't know if the guy they tested it on was called Frommer. I don't hope so.
There you go. So Rayman taking out Bester there.
Yeah, I got that as well. And I'm here with Barnard. Is it Barnardkis? Yes, it's a difficult name to pronounce. He's definitely not using a pistol,
Bones doing well there with his pistol.
but he got killed, and Mullies is teabagging like a crazy man. Mullies, so I'm gonna put you on the instant replay there.
Slow-mo there.
Oh, I'm giving Mullies a very slow-mo teabag. You can see
Make
the
him
rock.
famous.
You can see the rocks.
Nutcrusher.
The rocks are crying underneath him.
Yeah, the nut crusher. Yeah, so I see that there's a few guys from both teams here on the Bravo flag, but 4Q mate is a bit more than the Monkey, so they managed to take that one. See some of the 4Q guys are moving on to Echo. Can't see that there's any of the Monkeys on Echo at the moment. But both teams are holding 2 flags each with the scores 38 or 28. It's only 10 ticket difference on that side.
Oh, look at that. Bones getting in a, I don't know, that was a spade or something.
So guys, if you are joining us again for the stream, you joined us for the live T12 game between 4Q and Monkey See, Monkey Kill. Of course, the Monkeys took the match 2-0. They are playing the third map just for fun, and they are playing it as pistols and melee only. So it's interesting to watch. And if you are joining us and you haven't subscribed as yet, please remember to hit that little subscribe button. Also hit the little bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. We do appreciate that. Also give us a like on the video if you like what we're busy doing. Obviously we are heading towards the end of season 3 here. But with the new trailer released today, I can feel that I am picking up speed, and I thought I was going to start losing speed.
A little bit more excited than the original trailer launch.
Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, did you see that there was a bit of a reference there to the Battle Royale in the trailer?
Yeah, oh yeah, the burning flame.
And
Yeah, I saw that. I think that's going to be a different twist, you know, to the Battlefield franchise overall.
I think I'm going to like it, to be honest. I think
Especially if there's vehicles and stuff involved in
And
it. You have to run.
and
That might be a supply drop or something.
but I saw a
Speculating.
tank. I saw a tank.
I'm sure that they will have, you know, and I mean, if you look at the Battle Royale, how it works is, you know, you've got this constant supply drops all over the map in certain locations that appear. So I think, you know, some of those weapons and vehicles might be dropped in there.
Yeah, so
Definitely something interesting, especially for the Battlefield franchise.
what I do like, I must tell you what I like about it.
That's like zombie mode for Call of Duty.
Well, besides that, you know, all the other Battle Royale guys are going with this whole idea about the, you know, the gas closing the circle, blah, 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 right? Where we've
Nuclear waste.
yes, where we now have, I mean, did you see that circle of fire on the trailer? That looks epic.
Oh yeah.
Epic.
Yeah. Everybody inside there with knives. How about that?
No, I told you. I went online, and they said I can't pre-order it again. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a pity they didn't do something like this right in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that would have created a very huge hype, or a much better hype than originally. Yes, as they made such a fuck up on that side.
Although I must tell you, I'm actually, I think that they managed, or at least in my personal view, I think they managed to save it with Gamescom now. Because prior to this trailer being released, I really didn't know what we're gonna buy.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I can understand, you know, why they might have been late, or the lack of good content for launching or announcing the game is pretty much the only reason that I can think of, is that 90% of it wasn't ready yet. You know, they're still fixing Battlefield 1. They still sorting out Battlefront. obviously, and then you have to get the crew together to start developing and doing the new game.
Yes.
So, and I don't think that DICE want to release anything that's not in a proper working condition. Not that they launch anything that's 100% right, but I just think that they didn't have content to show at that point in time. So maybe the deadline was a bit unrealistic to announce the game, because the pressure is always on this EA trade shows and that kind of thing where they announce these games, and those are fixed dates. They can't move those dates, and
Correct.
if you don't have anything to show, you just show what you have. And I think that's what the position that they were in.
Guys, let me know where you see some action. There's obviously
Yeah, on B. There's some action here on B.
There we go.
So guys running around here.
Oh, and that bag is also real. Let's give that gentleman a slow. Who's that? Zanteloop. Let's see how he does his bag in slow motion. There we go. And even holds his head down. Look at that. Anyway.
The bag salute.
The bag salute. So, but generally, look, I mean, from what I've seen from the trailer, I mean, it looks like they've just put a hell of a lot of more effort into this one. Just by not even what you see on the screen, right? Just things like the song that they picked, and how they synchronized the song with the visuals on the screen, and the big playouts, the things that we sort of used to see from EA, right? And I think they at least put that into this trailer. So I don't know, I liked it.
Go for it, Skelly.
No, the one scene that I liked was where the new animation where you can actually jump through a window, and then as you land on the floor, on the ground, you do that rolling action.
Yeah.
So I think that was a cool animation that I saw in the trailer. And then the other one was I didn't really like it. I think it was a cheap move to steal that from Battlefield 1. Is that guy looking up in the sky? That slow-mo, looking in his sad, teary eyes of this bomb thing coming in. So that was something that's obviously a reference to Battlefield 1, as we saw when that trailer was launched. But what I liked about this one is the vehicles look a bit faster. Obviously, they've been upgraded because it's a different era. The planes look amazing. Can't wait to jump into one of those Spitfires and that kind of thing. Not to say that I'm a good pilot, but just to fly around in those things. And obviously, then they showed the annihilation that those tanks can do. Driving through the buildings and no place to hide kind of thing. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be an interesting game. You're looking at some of the new mechanics where you can actually build defenses, the sandbags, and some of that razor wire and that kind of thing. I think to master that and to make it work for your team to win is going to be a good thing. It's definitely going to be different because we haven't seen any of that. Where you can actually fix something besides vehicles in a game.
You know what I think?
Or fortify actually. Yeah.
You know what I think is what is nice about that whole thing that you're talking about now in terms of the building and this and that and whatever. Right? If you recall in Battlefield 4, for example, the things that they gave players made players want to become specialists at specific classes. I mean, you found guys in Battlefield 4, they were the worst medics that you ever saw in your entire life, but you give that guy a spanner and he can fix anything, right?
Yeah.
And I think that with some of the game mechanics that they are bringing back, because I mean, as you know, Scully, I mean, with the building, for example, I mean, everybody will be able to build, but if you're a support class, for example, then you're a lot better at building, right? You build faster and you can build better and hopefully bigger.
You got the blueprints, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing, right? So I mean, that obviously is a bit of a change, I think probably to encourage players to go back to that, sort of being a specific class.
Yeah.
Because I mean, definitely, I mean, I don't even know how exactly it's going to work yet, but I'm already thinking about, okay, maybe I should, start looking at being a support player a little bit, right?
Yeah, I remember when Battlefield 1 started, support class was my favorite class to play, actually. But obviously you couldn't fix a lot of things, only vehicles and maybe those stationary guns and so on. But if you recall in Battlefield 4, I know that there were some bridges that was blown up, and you could, as a mechanic, fix that.
Yep.
So the tanks can have a path again. And yeah, so obviously they've taken a bit of tips of what worked and what didn't work in Battlefield 4 and brought it over to Battlefield 5.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, we had the discussion on the recap show the other weekend. You know, talking about also the game mechanics in terms of the ticket system that they are bringing back. That's going to work similar to what Battlefield 4 worked like. So the count.
They're going to do that, so it's going to be backwards again.
Correct. So it's going to be counting down, right? And myself and Slash actually had this discussion, and I quite like that idea, to be honest.
The thing is, but you just get used to one thing, and then they go move and change this stuff. What's wrong with these people? What are they smoking? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think they're throwing it all out there. I think they have to, because I think this year, not just from them, but also from COD and these guys, I think a lot of games were not that successful, and that surprised me that they weren't putting out better trailers from the beginning, because I think you know, your pre-orders is a good gauge on the commercial side of anything.
Yeah.
Where the game is going to go forwards to. I mean, it's like eating food. If it looks nice, you're going to buy it. But now we're buying something, but we don't know if it's going to look nice. So the guys who's been a bit risky. But you know, what they've showed now in this last one, hopefully, you know, they pull the rabbit out of the hat, and they do it the right way, and they listen to what people have commented.
One thing that I like about the Battlefield new releases basically is that you don't have to pre-order to play the betas and alphas and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at Call of Duty and you look at some of these other games that's out there, is you have to pre-order, so you don't know what you're getting, and then you are only able to play an alpha or beta or that kind of thing, you know. So that's a good thing that I would say about this. So you can actually test the game without, and then make a decision if you would like to buy it or not. Where some of these other guys is just like, no, come buy the shit, and then we'll see what you get. Don't worry, it's good price. And then you get the scenario like Call of Duty World War II, which was, in my opinion, crap. You know, they tried to take a swing, obviously, at DICE and what they've done with Battlefield 1. And tried to jump on the bandwagon there to do a World War II kind of theme. And then obviously, I think this was mapped out for DICE a long time ago, that they would like to do Battlefield, you know, a World War I and then a World War II kind of thing. So yeah, but in true DICE form or fashion, they will make it better.
Yes.
No, sure. I think they were far too early. I mean, I've got World War II COD, and I mean, graphics and that wise, the game is fantastic. How quick you can play, how quick you can spawn is good. But it was so broken. I mean, it was unreal. I mean, that's why I haven't switched it on again. Apparently, it's working now, but it's, you know, it's the same thing with Battlefield 1. Too little, too late. And I just think they tried to push something. You know, to be the first, and it was a disaster.
Yeah.
So yeah, but good on Battlefield, on DICE and the guys. So hopefully they can pull it back. You know, make it.
I just hope that it's not livid with bugs and shit whenever this game launches. So you have to wait for patches up in January and February again. You know, to enjoy the game fully. Yeah, and I mean, they've set the precedent where it hasn't, you know, the games are not fully functional. We understand that it's a lot of work, but I mean, they should take a page out of the book for game design, I would say, from the guys from Rockstar, where they've actually delayed Red Dead Redemption because of the fact that the game wasn't ready and they weren't ready to show. And they were honest and open about it. And that's one thing that you don't see from DICE, is a lot of transparency and honesty with their games on initial launch and that kind of thing, to say, listen guys, we're not ready with this thing. We don't want to put out a shitty product, so we're going to delay it for a month or 3. You know, they just push those deadlines, and then you have to sit with whatever is available there, and then wait for a lot of updates and bug fixes and that kind of thing to come through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Battlefield 1 actually came out pretty okay, and then they made it mainstream, and when it went mainstream, it went all broken. So hopefully we don't get that where they
there was a lack of testers on that side. They should give us access to this so we can test it for them. So okay, I can't join my friend. Let's fix it before we roll it out.
Yeah,
I mean, ultimately, I would like to play with my friend.
Yeah.
Bring it to SA. We'll test it.
Yeah, we'll test it.
Well, we'll probably break it first.
We've got a hungry community. Give us our servers and give us those testing platforms so we can sort that out for you and give you proper feedback on that, because it seems the rest of the world is not doing what they're supposed to whenever they have the opportunity to use it.
Well, it's also possible that, remember that some of these guys, I mean, if you think about the European guys, for example, I mean they had their inter-server program quite early on, right? And they also managed to get some of the updates, let's call it in a slightly different fashion than what we received them. So obviously, I mean, they must probably look at the world and go, okay, how many communities are happy versus with what we are doing. In general, I know we're eating sliced dice tonight, right? And it's tasty and all of that. But in general, I think I'm a supporter, right? I mean, I've always liked Battlefield, always liked DICE. I think generally these guys really do try and do a good job. But I think that it has reached a point where the competition is fierce. And, if they keep doing things like bringing out games that aren't 100%, ready to play, and there are other people that are bringing out games that are, call it less buggy and more ready to play, I think they will start losing players to some of these other games because the competition is just getting more fierce. It's not that we're less fans than we were before. It's just there's more options, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, think of it this way. If you go to a car dealership and you buy the car, brand spanking new, and it's like, where's the fucking battery? It's like, no, you'll get it next month. That kind of thing. Or there's only 3 seats in the car. Where's the other seat? No, we're still busy building it.
Well, that's actually a true story. That happened with a particular car manufacturer, right? German brand started selling these little add-ons as an add-on. So they advertise it, but when you buy it, it doesn't come with the leather seats. You have to buy that extra. You have to buy the neon lights extra. And they lost a lot of market share.
You have to buy the DLCs for the Merc.
You see. And then they lost a lot of market share to the other German brand who wasn't doing that, right?
Yeah. It's like, sorry, sir, we don't have a steering wheel yet. Here's a spanner.
Yeah. So true story. That sometimes does happen.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, I think all in all, DICE and the Battlefield franchise itself is a good game. Eventually it gets to a point where it is enjoyable and then it gets a bit stale. But I think if they can nail it to like 85-90% in the beginning, it's going to be accepted better into the communities and people who play the actual game,
Yeah.
I mean, they've gained a crap load of new players, COD players and new players that came on board with Battlefield 1 and the way that they market the whole thing. So Battlefield 5 is a bit sketchy for me, although, the trailer that we saw today was actually very good.
Yes.
But I think that, there's definitely a few things that just, in my opinion, is common sense when you do a AAA title like this, is to have it make something that's brilliant and you make it great and you keep that standard. You can't, move back and make it more crap than what you had 2 or 3 years ago.
Correct. But I also think that, I hope they listened to, a lot of what the communities were saying about Battlefield 1. Because look, on the upside, I mean, I know that they lost players that used to play Battlefield 4 and then sort of came onto Battlefield 1, didn't enjoy it as much, and a lot of those players went back to Battlefield 4. But they obviously also gained some new players, on Battlefield 1, right? Yeah. Now hopefully if they can now bring back a lot of the mechanics of Battlefield 4. Hopefully they will get those players from Battlefield 4 to play Battlefield 5, plus they will get the new players from Battlefield 1 to also go over onto Battlefield 5. And I mean, that at the end for me is a win-win situation, because then of course the community just grows and everybody enjoys the game, right? But you guys know me, I'm way too optimistic. I'm a very optimistic person.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to park something out there, and in my opinion, I think the Battlefield, let's call it Battlefield 6, is going to be a big one, because I think it's going to be a much more modern era that we're going to see, like World War One, World War Two, like we have now, and what's coming up with the next one.
Yeah.
So I think Battlefield 6 is definitely going to be, have a spin-off, either Vietnam or a bit more modern than that. And I think that's going to be one of the more enjoyable games, I think, as you get out of this old era. It's funny, as we carry on, as you always play these modern games, and then you think, hey, man, World War One game would be cool. Then you get a World War One game, and it's like, yes, I think a modern game would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we never satisfied at the end of the day. But, it's an enjoyable game. I think that, from a Clan Wars point of view, we'll definitely support it. And we're going to have enough clans and players to continue with the Clan Wars franchise. I think it's going to be a cracker. So let's see. I mean, I'm also very impressed with the new trailer that came out. I think they've put a bit of thought into that one to give us everything in a nutshell that's coming. And I think that it's going to be a great game after all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, gents, back to the game then. Congratulations to MSMK who won the final game tonight. The score was 2-0. That last map we just stayed on and talked a little bit about the Battlefield 5 trailer that was launched today. If you didn't see the trailer, go back to the beginning of this video and you will see it there. Hopefully it is still there. I will check afterwards, because we did have that system crash in the beginning of the stream, and luckily we recovered that before the game started, so we got everything back on track and brought you the game. But regarding the game, gents, from your side, any last thoughts? Scully?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations there to the Monkeys. I did think they did an exceptional job, winning both those maps. The first one was a bit close. The second one was more than a 50% win, I'd say. It was 240 or 230 something tickets, so it's more than 50%, so well done on that. And then to do Big Boot and his crew there from 4Q, mate, you guys played a hell of a game, good defense there. I think you guys ran a bit too tight. Good team play there, but I think it was too tight. We had to see a little bit more flanking maneuvers. But congratulations to both teams for making it thus far in Clan Wars.
Lekker. Slash.
Yeah, no, congrats to the Monkeys, and good luck for the rest of the games, guys.
Okay. Guys, then from my side, if you did join us tonight, thank you very much for doing that. If you have not subscribed as yet, hit that little subscribe button. Also hit the little bell on your way out, just to get your notifications whenever we get
Ding dong.
Get online. If you like what we're doing, please give us a bit of a like. If you want to comment on some of the stuff that you've seen, please do so as well. Likes, we like likes, so like.
We like likes.
We like likes. So from my side, I think that is what we had for tonight. We will, of course, be back on Saturday morning with your live recap show regarding the weekend, regarding the week's events on the battlefield. And then, of course, we will also talk about the semis and the finals for the T5 in terms of how that will work and that will happen. Thank you very much to the 7 people who subscribed tonight. I managed to get one name as we went along, but we have 7 new subscribers for tonight, so that's pretty good.
Great stuff.
That's always lekker, seeing the number go up as we go along. So that'll be good. From my side, that's what we had for you guys. Remember to join us on Saturday. I'm Yakisal for Battle Bros. See you on the battlefield.